So welcome everyone to your favorite YouTube channel, Health Check. It's Benny and Richie. Alright, so we are using this video as an opportunity to educate everyone possible on natural disasters and what you can do to improve your chances of survival. So we are here,
and I think to some of us who already know, we've also lost our brother, which is a sad thing. May his soul rest in peace.
As Ghanaians, we've lost a very good Samaritan, the footballer Christian Atsu. And the whole nation is really down with this news.
And our condolences to his family. So at this point, we'd like to observe a moment of silence in honor of all those that lost their lives in Turkey and Syria during the earthquake.
May their souls rest in peace.
Guys, medically speaking, I would like to enlighten us on some possible injuries that can occur when you find yourself in a collapsed building. So some of the common things that can happen, generally you can have dust getting into your eyes. You can have a lot of dust being inhaled. People are likely to inhale a lot of dust into their lungs, and it will interfere with the gaseous exchange that occurs in the lungs. And then some other injuries that are likely to be encountered. You're likely to hit your head against a wall or any object you come in contact with. You can develop what is called a traumatic brain injury. You can also hit any part of your body, be it your chest, your hands, legs. Medically, we call them the upper and lower extremities. So you develop what is called fractures. Basically means breaking of bones. So depending on which part of the body it occurs, yes, you develop what I just talked about.
So this means like right from your head to your toe, every part of your body can be affected. And you can have them like, you can have a combination of different injuries, right?
Yes, multiple fractures occurring on one person.
That sounds very traumatic. It means, but there are some things you can do, like we said earlier on. This video is to help you try to increase your chances of survival and minimizing the injuries you can get from such an event.
I think before we get to how people can increase their chances of survival, I forgot to mention one other condition that people are likely to encounter. It's called the crash injury or crash syndrome. When someone, say, is hit by a falling wall or any object at all, when there's an impaction on the body or on a part of the body, there's less blood flow to that area with time. So when eventually the object has been taken off, there's a rush of blood flow to this area that initially died. So this blood helps spread the toxins. And what happens is there's multiple organ injury. The blood obviously flows to the brain, to the heart, kidneys, and to all parts of the body. So the toxins just spread and then they tend to destroy other parts of the body. So doctor, coming back to the point you raised initially about how people can increase their chances of survival, what do you think are some of the practical things people can do?
I'm just going to read something I found on the website. I think it's very helpful or useful, and you can note these tips down, keep them at the back of your mind so that you can easily do them just in case you have. So this is more tailored towards an earthquake. And so if you're indoors when the shaking starts, the principle is to drop cover and hold on. It means if you are not near a strong table or desk, drop to the floor against an interior wall and cover your head and neck with your arms. So basically this position, let me do it, I hope I'm right. Trying as much as possible to protect the vital parts of your body from too much damage. It helps. Next is to avoid windows, hanging objects, mirrors, tall furniture, large appliances, and cabinets filled with heavy objects. It means you're going to do a quick survey of wherever you are and try to avoid potential danger. Do not try to run out of the structure during strong shaking. This makes sense because I think by instinct you would want to run away. Okay, the moment something scary happens, and an earthquake is not a pleasant feeling at all. Trying to picture it, we've not experienced it before. Probably due to our geographical location, we are in Ghana, and apparently it looks like Ghana. The natural disasters we experience are droughts, and we don't go towards earthquakes.
So I would like to ask.
Yeah. Okay.
So what this point is trying to mean is that even if I'm on top of a story, let's say there is a 3-story, and I'm on the last floor in my room, all of a sudden I hear earthquake.
The shaking and all that.
And all that. Do I have to stay in my room, or I can move from my room to the hall? I can get to a secured place in the building, and then
you don't have much time. So in the process of getting to another place, you might get trapped or get hit by an object. So I think that's why the first principle is to drop down and try to secure cover.
So personally, there are some instances where I've imagined such
scenarios, right?
Where I'll find myself maybe in a room. What I picture is getting under my bed.
Under the bed, right?
Under the bed, because obviously there's a mattress which can shield me from any falling objects. I don't know how safe this can be.
It might not be the safest
my imagination
place, but I think it would be probably one of the safe places to be. Just hope that the impact is not too strong. Other points I have here: stay away from buildings. Glass from tall buildings do not always fall straight down. It can catch a wind current and travel great distances. This is very important. If you are in bed, stay there and cover your head with a pillow. Do not use elevators. If you use a wheelchair, lock the wheels and cover your head. Good points. Good points. Let's just take note of them. If you are outdoors when the shaking starts, move to a clear area if you can safely walk. Avoid power lines, buildings and trees. If you are driving, pull to the side of the road and stop. Avoid stopping under overhead hazards. Makes a lot of sense. If you're on the beach, move to higher ground. An earthquake can cause a tsunami.
Definitely.
So once the earthquake shaking stops, this is what you can do. Check the people around you for injuries. Provide first aid. It means that every citizen of a country should have basic knowledge in first aid. Should have the minimum knowledge required to offer first aid to anyone who needs it. And I think in subsequent videos we can actually do something like that and give you some basic tips, because you have to know this. You can help me and I can help you, so everyone would need to have that knowledge. Do not move seriously injured persons unless they are in immediate danger. Check around you for dangerous conditions such as fires, downed power lines and structure damage. If you have fire extinguishers and are trained to use them, put out small fires immediately. Turn off the gas only if you smell gas. Check your phones to be sure they have not shaken off the hook and are tying up a line. Inspect your home for damage. Now, if you're trapped in debris, move as little as possible so that you don't kick up dust. So you don't, kick up dust into the air and inhale them or get them into your eyes. Cover your nose and mouth with a handkerchief or clothing. Tap on a pipe or wall so that rescuers can hear where you are. Use a whistle if one is available. Shout only as a last resort. And this is very important because you should try to conserve as much energy as possible. Try to use it wisely. You don't know how long you're going to remain unseen, so try to minimize the amount of energy you use. So you can tap on nearby objects just so that rescuers can hear that there's someone in there, because I'm sure they have scanners, infrared scanners and all that to pick up heat and to detect that there are live bodies at places. But making a sound also makes sense, instead of shouting and then you get tired, run out of breath. And then you reduce your chances of being rescued. So these are some tips I found on this website. They are not exhaustive anyway, but I hope they are helpful and you picked up a few things. You can always visit this video to refresh your memory on it, probably monthly.
Definitely. At the end of the day, we are trying to help you so you can also help us. Yeah, we don't pray that such things will happen to any of us, but we're just helping ourselves to increase our chances of survival in case we find ourselves in such instances. This is the end of today's episode. We believe most of you have learned something. You would also want to share with a brother or a sister. Help us share this video, like, and also comment in the section below. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for staying till the end of this video. We appreciate that, and see you guys on our next episode. Hope to bring useful content to you. Yeah. Stay safe. We hope we don't experience any natural disaster again. Once again, it's Benny and Richie.